Japan Part 78. Political representation from the business community concentrates on most general issues, that the country maintain a private business economy rather than a socialist one, that the LDP select leaders who can maintain stability, and that government policy encourage economic growth and stability. It tends to favor basic industry necessary for national development. Compared to Japan in 1930s or the present-day America, its efforts are not distorted by a large defense industry, strongly protected by one part of the government. The big business community does not expect a precise quid pro quo. It expects only a sympathetic understanding of the conditions necessary for general business health. This large centralized financial contribution tends to tilt the government towards big rather than small business, but it also tilts it towards the interest of the business community as a whole, rather than towards the interest of any particular industry or company. If one company or one industrial sector tries to pressure the government in its favor, the government is likely to be cautious in responding because of the considerable support of the rest of the business community. This higher level of aggregation interest within the business community tends to ensure that the highest level of politicians also think in comparably broad terms of their interest of the country rather than that of the peculiar sectarian interest. Although big business does not fully speak for farmers, laborers, big business reaches its conclusion only after fully understanding and accommodating to their views, for it realizes that its own success depends on the active cooperation of these groups. The aggregation of interest is no casual process. It includes an exhaustive discussion of the issues by all relevant parties from the outset, so that any conclusion reflects a thorough understanding of the issues. Every single group can turn to several associations in pursuing its interest, but it is constrained by the resulting cooperation. It is too facile to describe the results as a consensus, for everyone's best interests are not necessarily served. The conclusion is acknowledged as a considered view represents that the best long-term interest of the largest part of the business community. The Japanese believe that the American system, wherein individual contributions pressure individual politicians to their own ends, and some groups are better organized than the others, leads to haphazard results that do not necessarily reflect the major interest of the largest members to the largest number. They perceive America as making political decisions that are inadequately considered subjects to the idiosyncrasies and lacking in constancy the breadth of the vision. It is not that the Japanese politicians have broader vision than their Western counterparts, but that private sector's constant interaction, mutual consultation, and hammering out of the common understanding creates a stronger support base for political leader and the bureaucrat with broad vision to respond to. It makes it infinitely easier for the national leaders to respond to the general interest against narrow special interest groups. Dismissing this as Japan incorporate vastly understates the struggle between different Japanese groups in the course of achieving agreements.